All right. Welcome to Rick's Life as I See It. Wednesday night. And right now, I'm the only one here. So it could be a slow show. So I see if anybody comes in. I know it's the night before Thanksgiving. Gizzy Gary. How you doing? I'm glad you're here. Not sure where everybody else is, but we might not be going as long as normal because the night before Thanksgiving, there are not many people here. Raphael's joined us. Good to see you. You know, so I'm just waiting for some more people to show up. Then we'll go with the few topics I've got and see how long it lasts. If we only go 30 minutes, we only go 30 minutes. I have no panelists at the moment, so as I said, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so they could be busy tonight. But that's okay. And I forgot what I was going to say now. Damn. Oh, well, never mind. We'll get there. Well, things are not much. Things are, how can I put it? Not much happening. Staying the same with me. Just plodding on. Just I don't live a very exciting life anymore like I used to in the old days. Just doing what I want, playing with my guns or firearms, whatever you wish to call them. Coming home, watching some YouTube, watching some TV, go visit friends. That's about the extent of what I do during the day. The going out, or, partying, drinking, let's jump in the car and drive 2 states over to get a burger. All them days are past me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know who else is going to show up, but what's it here on my list? I got 2 or 3 things on here. New York Outcast, where in the hell are you? I need somebody to talk to. So anyway, where was I going with this? I just wanted to give everybody who's here an update that I think I've got the. What do you mean you didn't get a link? Check your email. But I can't send you another one. So just hang on a second. Hang on, where are we at? Invite, email. There we go to no, damn, I lost my place now. Okay, hang on. I'm just trying to. All right, hang on a minute. Let me take care of this. Okay. All right, I just sent you another one. So there you go. All right, sorry about that. I'm just sorting out New York Outcast link. I'll have to check to find out why you didn't get one. But let me know if it didn't come through this time. But it should have. All right, New York Outcast, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. I thought I
Now,
got fired.
that link come through?
Yeah, that one did. I didn't have any others, so which I
Well, that's
yeah.
strange because I'll have to check my master mail list, make sure you haven't dropped off it somehow.
Okay.
So, all right. So I'm glad you're here. Good to see you.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I was just rambling on, waiting for people to show up. Well, anyway, introduce my panelist, New York Outcast. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Present. Looking forward to dinner tomorrow. So best dinner of the year, in my opinion. Not just for the dinner, of course, but for the leftovers. So it's hard to beat real turkey sandwiches.
Yeah, you're right. But damn, I know this is gonna sound un-American.
Oh,
I just know it is.
oh,
You know, but Thanksgiving has never been that big a thing for me.
oh.
You know, I mean, the
Well,
year. I mean, I'm trying to think. One, of course, the English don't celebrate Thanksgiving for one, and we just, I don't know, we just in our household we rarely ever done Thanksgiving. Rarely. The only time I can remember doing Thanksgiving is basically when we were sort of like when we were living other places except England. Like
okay.
we were like when we were in the Philippines on the military base. We done Thanksgiving because you're surrounded by Americans on the base. You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
kind of thing. But when we went to England, my parent. Well, you got to remember, my mother was head of the household. You know what I'm saying? She called the shots, and
Yeah.
her being English, we just didn't do it. You know,
Hmm.
so it's never been that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like it, but I, I can live without it.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see how a mother would shelf it if they had the option. I mean, it's probably a lot of work. Well, it
Yeah,
is a lot of work, but and if you don't have a family there or something, maybe I guess. But yeah, no, I've always liked it. Whether being a kid, it was an excuse for see family or whatnot. Uh,
yeah. That's the
and
part I don't. That's the part I personally don't like.
okay,
You know,
yeah,
I love the. I mean, I said we didn't celebrate it, but when we do, even like when I do it now, right? I like the food and everything, but the mingling with family and friends just
yeah.
just doesn't do anything for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, as a kid, I enjoyed that part of it. Now, as an adult, I just enjoy the food, basically,
Yeah.
simply the food. So I look forward to it. I plan to gorge myself, and what other day can you really justify or afford making that much damn food?
I know.
So
I know. I
that's
mean,
where
I
it comes
understand that
in.
part. I understand that part.
So
And I go heavy on everything.
yeah,
Big plate
yeah.
full, and I
I
definitely
get it.
overdo it on these. I always say I'm not going to eat so much. I got to save room for the desserts, but I eat a big plate and I eat big desserts.
Oh, oh, yeah, I'll sometimes eat 2, 3 plates,
Oh yeah,
plus dessert. So, like,
yeah.
you don't even have the room, but you can't say no to pumpkin pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely can't. Now, I must admit, I do love pumpkin pie.
Oh yeah. See,
You
there
know,
you go. There you go. I was gonna
yeah,
say, if you didn't like pumpkin pie, I was just gonna have to quit. Like, I
no,
can't
no,
do
I
this.
do like pumpkin pie.
All right, good.
My old-time favorite though is pecan pie, but
Mm.
pumpkin pie runs a very close second.
No.
You know?
You ever try sweet potato pie?
Yeah, yeah. It's. I can tell that. But it's hard to tell. It's almost the same as pumpkin. It tastes like the
Almost.
texture and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah. But I rather have the original pumpkin pie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I like the pumpkin pie where it's a little dark across the top.
Yeah,
And it's cooked right, in my opinion, not all soft and mushy or whatever. And
yeah, yeah.
that's
And I love. And I put. I mean, I'll put half a tub of Cool Whip on top.
yeah. Yeah. Let me see. Did I say? Been trouble, ladies.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I said, and then, for the next day or two, I like eating turkey sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's almost better than the dinner, the actual night, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you don't get better turkey sandwiches than real turkey sandwiches. Yeah.
I know. I
They
absolutely
sell
agree
stuff
with
at
you
the
on that one.
deli. They sell at least my deli here at the local store, they have Thanksgiving Day turkey breast
Yeah.
that you can buy. It's pretty good, but it's still not the same. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's just not the same. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, your house must be smelling good now with all the stuff cooking.
no,
Or
nothing's
you start
cooking
that tomorrow.
yet. Yeah, that's all tomorrow. They're running to the store now to get more stuff. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, when my mother did do it, like when we lived on a military base or over here, I mean, like the pies and stuff, she would be doing that tonight,
Okay, yep.
right? For it's ready for they're done for tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah,
And,
makes sense. Yeah.
and then we normally had a big turkey. We're talking 20 plus, right? And she would always cook. She would put it in the oven before she went to bed around midnight tonight, and put it on sort of like 200 and let it cook all night long.
Hmm. It wouldn't dry out cooking all night long.
No, not at that very low temperature. It wouldn't. You keep
Uh,
it covered, of course.
yeah, yeah.
And you take the cover and off to brown it off for the last 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
No, it always came out good.
Good.
But anyway, that's how. I believe in doing them low and slow anyway, myself, even now. So, damn, making me hungry
Yeah.
just thinking about it.
In the past, with big gatherings and stuff, that's been done where certain things are cooked at night or the night before and whatnot. But we currently do like what would be considered a small gathering. So
Yeah.
and since it's just us under my household, I should state, then we do ours at like dinner time. So that's been one of my like pet peeves about this my whole life. I don't want to eat a big ass Thanksgiving dinner at lunchtime like everybody else seems to do. I don't. Every other dinner is at dinner time, but Thanksgiving it's lunchtime. So I don't know. I don't eat like that at lunch. You know what I mean? I
Okay.
might kill a bag of M&Ms or something, and drink half a pot of coffee, but I don't gorge myself at lunch.
So your tradition, your family is to have your Thanksgiving dinner in the evening.
Right. Normal dinner time. Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you're normally hungry at that time, all that. It gives you plenty of time to cook throughout the day. It's not much of an issue.
yeah, yeah,
If you have to with friends and whatnot, you can go visit other people during the afternoon and, uh, whatnot and still get home and be able to do your dinner. So, I mean,
okay,
we've done them in the past as a bigger family thing, but now
yeah,
the family's basically falling apart and
yeah,
half of them hate each other and all this type of stuff. So the
yeah.
good
We
ones
always
are
would do
dead,
it.
so
Yeah, when we did it, we always. I mean, we would do it around. Yeah, as you said, eat later, but we would do it around 4ish. You know,
four's not bad. I could live with four. Yeah.
you know.
Just that noon stuff, noon, 1 o'clock. That's just way too damn early for me.
Yeah.
Even four is a little early, but I can.
Now,
That,
mind
that's
you,
fine.
though, Christmas we always done around 2 o'clock
Uh,
because it goes back to be the British thing is you have a big Sunday dinner. You know what I'm saying? Around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The
huh.
roast beef, the roast potatoes type thing on every Sunday. So when it comes to Christmas, you just sort of like treat it the same and do it around the same time.
Uh,
Don't forget, in England, they didn't have Thanksgiving, so it's Christmas is what it's all about.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, since we got that bit out of the way, and I think I've already talked about this before, but I'm bringing it up again. Just let everybody know tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Then you got Black Friday, but a lot of places have been doing Black Friday sales since the beginning of the month. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of up. I've told you all this before. I'm just giving an update on my 308 build. I was waiting for the sales. The price of my complete upper was $266 on October 31st. Was $266 at Bear Creek Arsenal. That's where I was getting it from. November 1st, big sign comes up. Black Friday sales all month long. And the exact same one that I said I'm going to buy for $266 is on a Black Friday sale for $277. Now, how in the hell was that a sale?
I think that's some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ain't that some shit? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, man. It's been happening these last couple of years where it seems like, well, it's always been the going thing where they drop prices a little before the season, and then they say it's a sale. They slowly raise them back up. I should say, raise prices before the season and then drop them back to normal.
Yeah, yeah.
And like the
So,
type of thing they've been doing lately. So I don't know. I think it's ridiculous personally. So,
yeah.
but if
So,
you feel like you saved a dollar or two because it says Black Friday, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, even though you paid a few more dollars.
yeah, I know. I know.
Like, that's a damn shame, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, well, that's how these things go. But I'm still going to get it anyway, because that's what I want. So,
Yeah, man.
you know. Anyway,
Uh,
I just want to let people know where I was on that.
and
'Cause,
that was Bear Creek Arsenal.
yeah,
So they jacked their prices up for Black Friday.
yep, yep.
Wow.
Right, I did.
That's something, man.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I also noticed that they did that, and they also changed all their prices changed for Black Friday, and they put up there, 23% off or whatever on this till comes with the boat carrier group. Well, you were doing all that before, but all of a sudden they got this big boom blaring in your face. What a great deal you're getting. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's still the best price in town, though. I think for a complete upper.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you might want to wait till after. Maybe try
Well, I would see.
Cyber
No, that's
Monday
it. I'm thinking of more. Will it drop back down to 266 after
after
November?
it goes off sale.
Yeah, So
Yeah, I mean, Cyber Monday, there might be a deal as
yeah,
well. I don't know. I mean,
it could be. It could. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I thought it was, you know, I thought, damn, but that's all right. Anyway, next on my list here, and I mentioned this before, but I haven't noticed anything. It was a lot of talk with the election. After the election for a few days, the 81 million votes that Biden got, and she only ended up with 70. I think actually she ended up with 74 million. Where's all the votes gone? Is anybody actually looking into it? Is my question. Has anybody found the missing votes? You ain't going to tell me millions of people just didn't show up.
well, possibly. I mean, there could have been that many people that just, I'm just spitballing here, but maybe there's that many people that just don't want to see a woman in office. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
maybe they just don't want to see that woman in office more so than him. I really don't know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's hard to say. I mean, there is some weird stuff out there with people, stigmas and different places of the country. People act differently towards women still to this day. So it's hard to say. I don't mind a woman in the office as long as she's the best person for the damn job and somebody I can approve of.
Well, she was a DEI hire. I don't give a
I
shit
think
what
it
you say.
will create issues overseas personally, but that's another aspect.
Yeah.
We don't tend to think about that, but again, just like here in America, like throughout the world, a lot of places women just aren't looked at the same as men. So I mean, not saying it's right, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Hey, let's see. We're on 2A Matters. How you doing? So I was just saying hi to somebody come chat. But you're right. You're right. But it just seems strange. Mind you, there's also that. I mean, that's the problem. Is that as a country as a whole, we have a very short. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? The amount of the time we think of something. You know what I'm saying?
Tension span.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They've moved on. Let's forget it. By this time next year, they won't even remember it. You know what I'm saying? It's done. It's over. Let's move on to the next sensation.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if you don't figure these things out, things have a habit of repeating themselves.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, this technically is a repeat, basically. I mean, it didn't like the same thing happen with like Bernie Sanders a few years back too, where they just put took the votes from the guy or pulled them out and whatnot, swap things around. I mean, this has already been a thing, I guess. So I don't know. Yeah.
But
I don't think she's legitimately should have been a candidate to begin with, personally. But
no, I don't either, because she never got a vote from one American.
Right. I mean, so I don't, so it doesn't surprise me that there's a lot less votes because a lot of people they might even support her side, but don't appreciate the way it went down. I don't know.
And I was reading an article today where one of her people said that they knew from the very start that even though all the media and shit was saying she's ahead in all these polls and she's going to win this state, she's going to win that, internally the Democrat her people knew she was behind, and she really didn't have a chance of winning. That's what came out today. Oh yeah, they're blaming each other. They're cutting throats over there in the old DMC. You know what I'm saying? I love it, actually. I absolutely love it watching them fall apart. It makes my day.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're all freaking out. And I loved. I mean, I noticed though that it seems maybe it's just me, but I've noticed the country seems to be happier. It seems to me. Everybody seems to be in a better mood nowadays. Because I guess they're thinking the good times are coming. And because we've had 4 years of hell.
It's like we all got released from prison.
Yeah, it's I mean, I would love to see pre-pandemic prices, but that's not going to happen, I don't think, because the cost of goods have gone up. But I didn't even today. They're saying inflation's down, prices are down, and where did the government come up with a Thanksgiving dinner for 10 costs $58?
I have no idea.
Hell, it cost $58 just to buy the turkey. You bought a fresh one. You know what I'm saying?
Substituting turkey with spaghetti or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know.
But anyway, where my argument is, I don't care if they think the inflation might be down this month compared to last month, but it definitely ain't what it was 4 years ago. I mean, I was having this discussion today, and I've said it to you guys many times. 4 years ago, I could buy Walmart brand steak sauce for $1 a bottle. When I bought it at the beginning of November, it was $2.78 in 4 years. That's outrageous. So that's about a 174% increase.
Probably. I mean, I assume your income didn't go up 174%.
No, it didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how they justify these inflation prices or whatnot. You would think income would need to inflate before prices to keep things steady. So
I know,
or at least the same time. So
I mean, they can quote all the percentages they want at me, but when I see that my dollar doesn't buy as much as it did, you know what I'm saying? Even last year, it's not buying as much as it did than what it did last. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe for you rich people that earn a hell of an income, and us people on fixed incomes, we notice these kind of things. So
I know.
I mean, this getting me. The gas station, where I buy my fried chicken and my pizzas.
Yep.
Well, they got the gas pumps in now. They're not open yet. They're still pouring concrete and stuff for out front, making it look nice. They got all new pumps sitting there though, and he's going to be opening up soon. And it's still higher than anywhere else, but the Sunoco in town, he's finally dropped his price below $3. He's gone to $2.99. I paid $2.84 the other day in Jasper. You know what I'm saying? So so it's still he's still too high, but he's worried about the new guy opening up. Was what that's why he dropped his price. He's had the market for almost 2 years here in town, since the other gas station closed.
Mm-hmm.
He's been ripping us all off, and he knows. If you're not going to drive if you don't need to go to Jasper, you ain't going to go to Jasper just to buy gas. So he knows he has us. Bastard. So, yeah. Anyway, what else is on here? And we talked about this before, but I'm not. See, the reason I'm bringing it up because I still haven't got answers to satisfy my question. It goes back to the voting. We knew who won. We knew the votes Trump got that night to make him the winner. Now, my ballot that I filled out, it was electronic on a machine, but it was just sort of like one continuous, you do the separate screens and answer all the, hit the button you want or to cast your vote. Then at the thing, when you finish done, it actually prints out your vote on a long strip of paper. And you check it to make sure it's exactly what you actually did. Okay, so where I'm going with this, I'm beating around the bush here. All the votes cast are on one ballot. And even today, there's still 3 outstanding House seats that still haven't been called yet. Now, those 3 seats, those people who are running for those positions were on the same ballot as Trump and Harris. So how in the hell is it taking so long? I know some of them are being recounted. I'm not talking about those. But how in the hell, if it's all on the same ballot, how does it take so long to count those? If you can count the presidents in one night, why can't you count a goddamn congressman's? They should be able to tell me.
Man.
What am I missing?
I don't know. Sounds funny to me. I don't know. I mean, your voting setup is different than mine, but all in all, I mean, I agree on your overall concern here. It does seem like strange or whatever, but yeah, our deal, we get a print off paper deal, and then you fill out your paper. Yeah,
but
almost.
What I'm saying is, still all on one ballot. You're doing it all at one time.
Still all on one, yeah.
Yeah.
You fill in the circles and slide it in the machine. You didn't get any repeat flips, but
and the machine makes sure everything's okay. Then when it gets to wherever it's going, they just slide it through a machine again to count it. If there's, if it's close, then that's when they hand count them. But if it's, otherwise, they all start off with putting it through a machine to count the check marks or the dots or everybody done it. There's very few people that actually sit there and count votes one at a time, unless it's a real small area, like the first one in the nation where there's only 12 people. They don't need a machine to count those votes. You know what I'm saying? They can be counted by hand, but most every other one's done by a machine.
I'd question who they got working for them, honestly, because this year and previous years, I've gone down the vote and seen like the craziest sons of bitches in the neighborhood sitting behind the table, helping you get your, taking your name and giving you your ballot slip. So, this year, the people sitting there, I mean, they're always screaming and fighting, beating each other up. The guy went to jail like 2 weeks ago, not long before the election. He was right back out. The guy, the neighborhood calls him a pedophile. Yeah, I don't know. They neighborhood kids jumped them like less than a month ago. You know, this guy and his crackhead or whatever girlfriend, they're the ones sitting back there taking people's information. You know, it's like what the hell is going on here? Like, I wouldn't trust them to hand somebody a napkin, let alone personal information and stuff. So I don't. Hopefully, these people aren't the ones counting votes because I doubt they can count to five. I mean,
I
I'm
know,
serious.
I know.
Like, I don't know what the hell is going on. And then it's the same thing a few years back with another crazy ass neighbor of mine, which,
Yeah.
there's long stories into that too, which is just like, I don't know. Like, these people can't even drive themselves to work. They don't even have a freaking job. Like, how the hell are they doing anything with elections? Like, is it community service or something? I don't understand how they would ever get hired into a position of anything serious. You know what I mean? I don't get it. So maybe it's voluntary. I don't know, but to me it concerns me. Like, that was just a red flag walking through the door and seeing these people sitting behind the table. Like, what the hell is going on here? So uh, yeah, it blows my mind. So let's hope to God it's not these people counting stuff or
Yeah.
transporting or doing anything with your stuff because from what I see in my neighborhood, it's all the freaking lunatic nut jobs that are working down the election place. I mean, you wouldn't trust these people with nothing. Like, I'm telling you, they'll steal your goddamn garbage. Like, seriously. So I don't know what the hell they're doing down there.
Damn. Isn't that expensive, Tactical Fud? He just said, I just paid $22 for 60 eggs and $2.48 a gallon for gas. 2.48's good, but $22 for 60 eggs, that's 5 dozen. If my math is correct, $22. Hang on, where's my calculator? $22 divided by 5 is $4.40 a dozen. That seems expensive, but they do say eggs are going back up because the chicken flu's back and they're having to slaughter the chickens again. Conveniently, the chicken flu's back to inflate your egg prices.
I don't know. They always seem to bump prices on these holidays, knowing that people are going to be buying stuff. So
Damn,
I don't know. It
248.
doesn't seem unreasonable for the eggs to me, but I'm not a Walmart shopper. I assume if you go to Walmart, that might be expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's expensive even for your Family Dollar. I mean when I bought eggs 3 weeks ago, it was under $4. It was around 3 something.
But are you
It went
buying
over
like
4.
the regular white eggs, or are you buying like the good brown eggs?
I don't know what he doesn't specify.
Right.
He just
Right.
says
Oh, I mean,
$22, 60
even
eggs.
you. What do you normally buy? Do you buy the white egg?
I buy whatever's the cheapest. An
So that's
egg
the
is
white egg.
an egg.
And I disagree,
I
but
disagree with you.
to each their own.
Follow
That's
the
like
science.
saying
Follow the
a
science. There
garden
ain't no
tomato is the
difference.
same as a tomato you buy from the store. There's
You can
a
have
difference.
hey, there's chickens out there now that lay green, blue, yellow eggs. They're all identical inside. It's just the color of their shell. They have brown eggs, dark brown, light brown. An egg is an egg.
Yeah, I still disagree. I mean, the
You know,
white ones are like what, irradiated or something. They say this and that. It's why the color's gone or what, like whitewash type deal on it. I don't know. I think the
no,
brown, blue, tan,
no,
whatever eggs are
like your eggs,
better tasting than the white
like your
white
eggs
egg.
at Walmart or like that. Yeah, you're getting a mass-produced egg from a chicken factory, from a chicken farm. And yes, getting chicken eggs from like a farm stand or something like that.
Mhm.
The egg tastes better, but it doesn't matter what color shell is. You know what I'm saying? Because they're
Yeah.
giving them different in the chicken factories. They're giving them a different feed. They're not sort of like natural, grazing on grass and shit during the day and in their coop at night type thing. Where in a chicken farm they're cooped up all the time in cages. You know, so Gizzard Gary goes, "City boys talking about chicken eggs." Gotta love it. Who's a city boy? I'm out here in the country. You know.
I don't know. I still say brown eggs or farm eggs, whatever, off-colored eggs are the way to go, personally. So, but they're normally more money. That's why I was asking. Like, if you buy those, usually, they're around $5 a container to begin with. So,
How much
yeah.
is gas there in New York now?
It's just over $3. I just got
Jesus
gas like
Christ!
an
And
hour
I'm complaining about 284, and a
ago. Yeah.
Tactical FUD played 248. And Ron in Evansville, which is 45 minutes to an hour away from me, 269. So
Blew my mind the other day. I went to buy a pack of cigarettes, which I just don't do.
you
I
don't
haven't done
smoke.
in years. I do, but I smoke all natural tobacco, so it's
Oh,
way cheaper and whatnot. So anyway, so there's a cigarette brand that's all natural too. So I figured, well, I'd go with that. Things
I
like
bet you they were
American
expensive,
cigarette or
weren't they?
something. Oh my God, dude! Like they were like $19 and change for a freaking pack of cigarettes. I
How
couldn't
much?
believe it. $19 and change.
Oh, come on, you're shitting.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't believe it. It's been so long. I almost was like in shock about it. So, uh, I just I still just can't really wrap my head around that. Like I can remember cigarettes here for like $5 a pack. Like now they're you know 4 times the price. Like it's amazing. Blows my mind. I don't know how the hell people are out there buying a pack or 2 packs, husband and wife, every day. You know, at $20 to $40 a day. Like
Oh yeah.
holy shit! Like you might as well just start smoking crack or something. Like what the
Well,
hell?
it'd
You
be
know what
cheaper.
I mean? Like what the? Holy shit,
Yeah,
man!
yeah, yeah. Gizzard Gary's giving us a chicken lesson here on eggs, how the different colors are, but he was going the processed eggs are cleaned with warm water and mild detergent before being thoroughly dried. Then they're stuck in the refrigerator. That is what people do wrong. Is they wash the eggs. If you keep the egg natural as it comes out of the chicken, right? Yeah, you might have an egg unrefrigerated will keep months without going rotten, long as you don't take that coating off of it that it has on it as it's laid.
Well, my egg guy basically states you don't have to refrigerate them, and you can test them by throwing them in water. But all his are from like real chickens, what I
Yeah,
mean, not a
yeah,
big farm or something.
yeah.
So
That means he
I
hasn't
guess
washed.
when
If you wash an egg, it does make a difference. I'm sorry, because you're
it
taking off that protective coating that it had on it.
well, from what I was explained, is the white ones at the store, the shells are thinner. Basically, it's the process, whether I don't know the cleaning, whatever they do, the whatnot, making sure there's no chick
Yeah,
in it, whatever the hell they do. It's like a thinner egg, so therefore they will go bad quicker. But if you have farm eggs, they can basically sit on your counter for 2 weeks. Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
problem. I mean, you can test them by dropping them in water, uh, if you're concerned, but basically, there's no real reason to refrigerate. Nobody did in the old days, and that's just something that's become accustomed due to how we get them now when you buy the cheap white ones.
Yeah. And
So,
another question, you can look this up on the internet or even type it into an artificial intelligence computer. I was having this discussion the other day. Today, peanut allergies. When I was I'm not saying they weren't around, but they're not around. Like peanut allergies, that's just one item. It's more prevalent today than when I was a kid. And the reason is one of the most I would call it a theory that they've looked studies they've done. It's because, believe it or not, hygiene. This country is so fascinated by everything's got to be so clean that, I mean, kids don't drink out of the hose anymore. You know what I'm saying? Don't grab a sandwich with dirty hands and eat it because they're fixated on everything's got to be spotless and sanitized and sterile. So the American kid's body doesn't build up the immunes, the things to fight all this bullshit that you can catch. I'm telling you, that's what it is. I mean,
I
okay.
think it goes back to
They
the
tell
lack of.
you, they tell you if you go overseas, don't drink the water, drink bottled water. But the people who live in those countries can drink that water. Why? Because their bodies they've been brought up on it, and their bodies have got the antibodies in their systems to fight it.
Yeah,
Right? All our water's got all these goddamn chemicals in it that they claim's better for you, but it's proven now fluoride is making our kids dumb. But that's beside the point. We got to have this water that's so goddamn full of shit that it's actually making us sicker instead of better. That's what I'm saying anyway.
I think a lot of it goes back to some of the vaccinations, the lack of breastfeeding, how that's come out of fashion these days. I think that's where we get a lot of these allergies and odd diseases that weren't typical so many years ago on the scale they are now. Personally, that's just you're supplementing hormones, all types of shit with some nasty tasting powder mixture, that people are paying out the ass for. And, these kids are coming up soft and anemic and all types of shit. They're all like, not all, but a lot of them are freaking tiny. Like, it's like we're almost going backwards in society. So, as far as evolution or evolving, so I don't know. I guess you could say, cleanliness or something may have a part to it, but I would go back towards the immunizations and breastfeeding if I had to put a stake on it. So I think that's creating issues across the board with a lot of stuff. I think, people don't, whenever you say anything with the vaccinate, people always, want to argue or whatever, but whether you want to argue or not, there is side effects of shit. So, look it up. So eventually so many side effects are going to be out there and it spreads and people, have kids and then that spreads and goes on and it's just is what it is. Now everybody's got a freaking peanut allergy. So
yeah, I mean, I understand what gives
peanuts when you're pregnant and you probably don't have a goddamn kid with peanut allergies, but everybody's so worried about doing the perfect lifestyle or whatever the case. I don't know, that the new fads out there and the mothers aren't putting anything in their damn body. So I don't know, just my layman opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, Gary said 100 years ago they never heard of peanut allergies and kids died and nobody knew why. And that's what I said at the beginning. is it wasn't heard of as much when I was a kid. I ain't 100 yet, Gary. I'm close, but I ain't there yet. But it wasn't
Yeah,
as prevalent when I was a kid as it is today.
yeah. But you
And
can't.
not that because we're recognizing it, is percentagely more kids have a peanut allergy today than they did when I was a kid. I don't know what the figure is off the top of my head. For argument's sake, say out of 10 kids in the classroom, one in my day, one kid had an allergy to peanuts. Today, it might be 5 of those 10 kids have it today. The amount of kids that have it has gone up.
Oh
Not
yeah.
because we know what it is, it's because back to what I said. It's the shit we're putting in them, the shit we won't take, the stuff we don't let them have, and it's all got to do with all that shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah, there might have been one kid in my school for, a year or two with a peanut allergy. That was it. Like, that was it. So, and now there's like, you probably got 1, 2 in each classroom. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think, to Gary's point, I mean, it's kind of a, catch 22. I mean, there's no way to prove or disprove that on back when before they could test it. I mean, for all you know, that the kids' parents poisoned them. I don't know. Maybe they were drinking antifreeze. Who the hell knows? It could have been any goddamn thing. So, or it could
I
have
love
been
the
people
smell
were
of
dying of
antifreeze.
peanut allergies back then, but we just didn't recognize it. But there's no way to prove or disprove.
Yeah.
But we can say there's been a hell of a lot more now, at least in my lifetime, than there was back when I was in school. So when my kids were in school versus I was in school, it's you could call it an epidemic. It's every
Yeah.
goddamn where. Yeah, we used to do the popcorn with peanut balls and shit people's parents would make. I mean, now you can't even take if it's not wrapped, you can't even take it to school because they're so freaked out somebody's gonna get sick and die. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the shitty part is that the good popcorn balls are made by the old lady. They're not made by the goddamn store.
Yep. Yep. Oh, and Guns and Barbecues in the chat here. And he's saying what I said about the eggs. You wash off that bloom, as he calls it, then you have to refrigerate your egg. You leave it as it naturally is, and it will keep without refrigeration for a long time, longer than 2 weeks. So just saying. The old ways weren't that bad. It was, but what the hell do I know? So this
We're
is
not
what
professionals or anything
this
like
is the
that.
kind of stuff we discuss around the table down at the diner. Is we solve the world's problems every day. Oh, hey, I'm going on to a gun related question now or statement. Have you seen the price of gunpowder in today's market?
No.
The average price for gunpowder for a pound is between $40 and $50. Average for a pound of gunpowder. It's outrageous. When I started reloading only 8-9 years ago, I was paying $20 a pound. It's practically doubled. And it's absolutely crazy. So where I'm going with this is I'm going to have to buy because right now I've always loaded pistol. So I got bullseye powder, Trail Boss, CFC pistol. I got what the hell? I've got 223 powder. I use that for my my 223. But where I'm going with this is I'm looking for powder for 308. Now, any of those particular pistol powders I listed, can you use those in 308, which is a rifle cartridge? Or does it burn too fast? Or I don't know. Does anybody know out there? I'm just throwing it out there. You can type it in the chat. I know you don't reload, and I don't want to bore you with reloading questions, but I just wanted to state the price of powder is outrageous. Because I'm looking into, because I'm building one, so I'm looking into looking into that kind of stuff now. And I'm thinking, Jesus Christ. I should have thought of this before I started this project.
Yeah, you went big, so it's gonna cost you money. I tried to talk you into practical, but you drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you're right. I did.
Hey, it's what we do sometimes. So I haven't noticed a price difference, but I still gotta say I think these reloaders are nuts, man. Like, it's been a while now, so things are different. So I can't state that if you just started recently, but if you were into reloading 5 years ago, back when primers were dirt cheap, all this shit, like I don't understand why the hell you didn't buy a shitload. Like if you naturally do it, like why the hell wouldn't you? I mean, it was cheap as hell. Like it's like
plenty of
going
it
to
too,
the
so
store for one keyway shaft or something. Like what is it? 30 cents. You buy a bag of them. You don't just buy one. Like I don't know. To me, it just blows my mind. It seems like if I was in reloading, I would have had like 5-gallon tubs of primers and powder and shit. You know what I mean? Like shit.
Well,
I don't
that
want to
is the
throw
best
numbers
way of
out on
doing it.
ammo, but I haven't even had to buy I don't think I've had to buy 22 in like 4 years, and even then, I was just buying to buy as a habit. You
You're
shouldn't.
right.
You should think ahead of this. It's like the old days. You gotta damn what do they call it? You got food stashed away. You got a pantry. You don't have to go to the store every day.
I did personally have stuff backed up, but not that much. And when when the pandemic hit and the shortage came, right, I was still shooting the same amount as I was, but then I was running out of what I needed and I couldn't get hold of it. That's the problem. And even now, the price of it's, I can. I mean, I hate to keep saying it because I'm not trying to say poor me, but I got to budget myself on how much I can buy at a time, because I have more things to buy than just looking after my hobby. I don't have excess cash available, But anyway, see, I don't want to say that kind of stuff because people are getting bored of hearing it, and I don't want to. It's my problem, and I will figure it out. But where I was going is reload in 308. By the way, right now they average maybe $1. You can buy Plinken 308s for around $1 a cartridge. Well, I can reload them cheaper than that if I had everything I needed to do it. It's a big layout to get started, but once you get started on big rifle cartridges, you can save money. Hunting, if you were into hunting, or if you're into match shooting with 308s, it could be anything up to $1.75 a cartridge. And if you reload them yourself, you're saving a fortune. So I used to ride in the back of pickup. I used to stand between the. I'm reading Gary's thing here. I used to stand between my parents' front seat when I was a little kid. I wasn't restrained. I never had a car seat. And even if my mother was driving, and she had to slam the brakes on, she'd throw her hand back to stop me from falling over. I got smacked in the eye so many times it was unreal. She even broke my glasses one time because when she put her hand back, her diamond ring hit my glass and cracked it. You know, it was good. The good old days, as they used to call them.
Yeah, those are the natural selection days where
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did dumb shit, and sometimes that was the end of you. And
yeah,
that's the
yeah.
way it should basically be. If you want to eat Tide Pods, knock yourself out. It's one
Yeah,
less person in line at the store. You know.
that's right. And the surviving parents or person, don't sue the soap company because it's not their fault. You know that
Yeah, I mean, sue
you're.
yourself for having such a dumbass kid.
That's right. That's right. I agree with you 100%. You know. Yes, it was tough in those days, or it was rough. And looking back on it, people think, "How in the hell, kids? You didn't have seat belts and or baby, child seats and all this kind of shit." You know, I survived.
Well, you know
You know?
what you did have? You had kids that knew, how to be adults and leave the house when they were 18, 19 years old. They knew how to budget, pay their bills, finances. They knew the value of a dollar, things like this. That's what you knew. They had people showing up to the military that knew how to wash their ass and brush their teeth without being told and all this type of stuff, and how to speak to somebody and deal with somebody. They knew how to deal with conflict. You know,
Yeah,
Nowadays, like, you can't even go to the damn, you know, fast food place without them, like, screwing it up, like, as far as, like, speech wise. I go order a coffee, they're like, here, here, here. They don't say, "Oh, how you doing today? Oh, it's good. Have a good day. Thanks. Appreciate your service or business, anything." Nothing. It's just here, here, here. Like, they don't even know how to talk to people. Like, people now, like, I don't know. I guess I'm on a rant now, but kids are unprepared for the real world because their parents keep wiping their ass.
that's right. They do.
That's basically what it is.
Yep,
So,
yep.
now you get a bunch of soft ass,
Well,
you know, grown ass men, boys, or whatever the hell you want to call them, or women that can't even handle their own freaking business these
yeah,
days.
but see, a
Like,
lot of that, though, Rob, a lot of that. How can I put this? I mean, I knew I was easier on my kids than I was brought up. I think and problem is, it's got so far like my kids are easier on theirs. It's we're our own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, people are making a bunch of pussies. They're a bunch of dependent ass weak people. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know how else to
Hey,
put it, but
yeah.
you're. I
I
don't know.
fell off my
You
bike
should
and
know hardship. You should understand what no means. You should have some decent values before you're even allowed out of the goddamn house.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I remember also riding my bike, falling off, spraining my foot or my leg, and I just lay there until the lights came on. Then I'll hobble home. You know, so you just got on with life. Uh,
Well,
I mean, I remember one time walking in, I cut my arm or something, falling off the bike, and there was blood pouring everywhere. I mean, it stopped bleeding, but there was blood everywhere. Freaked your parents out when you walked in the door, but hell, that was life. You're having tough. I mean, people. I mean, I'm not. It was just a different. It was just a different life back then. You know.
oh
But then
yeah. Well,
again,
nowadays it's to the point where grown adults, they don't like how their boss talks to them,
oh, I
like stuff
know.
like all this type of shit. It's like, dude, well, show the hell up on time, and it's not a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
And you start at the
like all
bottom.
this basic shit that you should already know long ago. Long ago,
Yeah.
shouldn't even be a question. Like, your boss, your drill sergeant, whatever, they shouldn't have to be your parent. Neither should the school. Like, this shit should already be done at home.
Yep. I agree. I agree. It was. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we said it all. I think we've sorted out everybody out tonight. You know, I'm looking at the time. It's about time to wind this up. And Gary's got a show coming up here soon. And at 8 p.m. Central, that's 9 p.m. Eastern. So you got a little while. But
I think Scotsman's running one tonight at 9 too, as well. So
okay. All right. So
yeah, I don't know if we solved everything, but hopefully we solved a little bit, or maybe at least irritated.
In other words, teach your kids.
Going with family tomorrow. If you see see your nephews and this and that sitting there talking with their mouth open, acting like a little peckerhead and shit, say something.
Yeah.
But fuck the rest of the family. Be the one that's got the morals and values and says something. Don't be afraid to be different, stand out, ruin the problem. Because like they say, all it takes is for evil to prevail, is for good people to do nothing. So if everybody just sits on their ass, not wanting to be the one, then don't be surprised when these little bastards are pulling a plug on you in 20 years. That's all I'm saying.
When your brother and sister says, "Don't talk to my kid that way," say, "Well, don't bring up a goddamn pussy then,"
Basically, yeah. And if you got to, you whoop their parents' ass too.
Yeah.
Come down to it.
Tell them to get the fuck out. So, but you're right though. They just need to. Now Rob is ranting about Misfits. Rob is ranting about Misfits Misfit Darling complaining about him. That's what that's Gunsing Barbecue. Now Rob is ranting about Misfit Darling complaining about him.
No, she's not complaining about. I even bought her a new cheap set of knives, man. She's happy.
Set, huh?
Yeah, cheap set.
Yeah,
gave them Ollie's.
You didn't buy that one advertising on TV. Buy two, get two free.
Hell no. No. I've been waiting to tell Rich White, but he's switched up his stuff, so I don't know, that's Rumble or some shit that I'm not on, so I haven't been able to tell him. But I figured he'd celebrate that I actually bought her some knives. So
okay. Anyway, I'm gonna wind this up. I'm having pizza tonight, by the way. So frozen one. I'm not going down the store to buy one. I got a frozen one in the freezer, and I'll have that for dinner tonight.
What brand?
What
brand? Red Baron?
No,
Tombstone?
No. I think it begins with an F. Fischetti or something.
Okay. I'm not sure about that one. Okay.
It's nice, fluffy, thick crust, the way I like it. Especially around the edges. It's real thick crust. So, anyway, I'm going to wind it up with that. So, I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. And, happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow. Hope you all have a good time with whoever you're spending it with. I really do. And I'll be back. Oh, quiz. I want to know the formula for doing on a rifle scope MOA into mil dot or mil dot into MOA. What's the formula for figuring it out? That's the question. I'm not sure if I worded it right because I got it here somewhere. Where did I put it? Where is it? Right here. Yeah. The formula to convert mils to MOA or MOA to mils. I want to know what the formula is. So there you go. Email me at rickslifersIsee@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I'm doing the drawing next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday's the 4th, ain't it? Yep, in December. So that's when the drawing will be for the swag pack. And do that. And so, anyway, back to my closing. So that's that done. I will see you all next week. And I really do appreciate you being here, spending Wednesday evening with me. If you got anything you wanted, any topics you want brought up, email me them and we can do it. If you want to be in the chat, email me and tell me, and I'll send you a link and all that good stuff. So with that, I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I will see you all next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.